It's the National Football League on EA Sports. We'll see the dynamic Justin Fields. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Jets and the Chiefs on Sunday Night Primetime.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. The numbers on the ground for Pacheco last week. 19 carries, 102 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Mahomes now to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and that'll make it third down. When you talk about this Jets defense, against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve. I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Open man right side is Rice. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Now a toss left for Pacheco. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of the game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. A shotgun snap. Fields into the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here we go. Right.
Now Fields. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
To the air again. Fields on the move to his left. Past the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
Fields. And check down, complete to Hall. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Here we go, shot. Right.
Here's Fields. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Black wall, blue check, up, green, Smith, red.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds. The Chiefs offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And we give you a look there at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns. You can see he's 2nd best amongst NFL running backs at this point in the season. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Out route to Hill, complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Now here's Mahomes. Able to get away. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Room to maneuver at the 35, and all the way down to the 33-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another 1st down.
Now Mahomes. And it's caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Mahomes to throw once more. And he is going to go down. at the 11-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Here's 3rd and goal now, back at the 11. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Jets are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Oh, they were so close to the goal line, Charles. 4th down, they figured, well, we'll go for it. But the decision to pass winds up being a bad one with that interception.
Well, I think you said it really well. They may have just figured we're this close, we may as well go for it. Or they had a plan right from the beginning coming into this game to be aggressive. In any event, it didn't work out for them.
Now Hall to start the drive. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Option play, here's Hall. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The Jets at 4-5, a game under 500. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
That's complete to his rookie 2nd-round pick. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now a 2nd and 2. Fields now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a 1st down on the play. Off play action, Fields. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. Still shedding tackles. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a gain of 34.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Fields going to hold on to it. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Chiefs' 4-yard line.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this
Neutral zone
against?
infraction, defense.
So that's going to move him half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation, but think about your play call.
Still 2nd down.
Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
They'll look to run with Hall. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. Back to throw. Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Well, this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
An extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. KC's offense ready to take over. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Mahomes going to throw. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. They'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop it behind the line. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. Looking to throw. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The Jets taking over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. So a 6-carry drive the last go-around. Touchdown on the end of it. We'll see if they can duplicate that here.
I think that they would like to. I know every runner that we've ever met would love to carry the ball more and more and more. In fact, we keep a ball in the booth just for demonstration purposes.
You're holding it right now.
I'm going to give it to you. Is it heavy? Is it that heavy?
No, it's pretty light.
It's pretty light, right? So keep giving it to him and let him do his work. It's not going to slow him down.
If it's light for me, it's definitely light for him. To throw is Fields. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it.
Here we go.
Now it's Fields. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's Fields. Going right back to Wilson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now Fields. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go, Scott. Go.
Fields. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point forthcoming. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Mahomes now to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Mahomes to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Rice. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. This will be caught at about the 6. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce as time expires in the first half. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where you see the final score there. Bryce Young, strong in the win, as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And things didn't work out so well as they fall to the visiting New England Patriots. Stephon Diggs, a touchdown catch in the victory. And lastly, Monday Night Football has a good one lined up between the Cleveland Browns and the LA Chargers. We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Jets offense and receiver Garrett Wilson ready to get going again. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Out of the gun, Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. That's complete to Lazard. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. They'll try and run for him, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
13 yards. 1st down, Kansas City.
Now Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On play action, it's Mahomes. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
New York set to take the field. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Fields. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Hall want to give up the middle. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Fields. Throwing quickly to Wilson. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 48-yard line.
Fields now to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. Able to fight through one tackle. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Hall. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Caught by Wilson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Fields. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Allen Lazard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets are able to stretch out their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Jamin Davis, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone, defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Number 1, Xavier Worthy. A gain of 19 yards. And the 1st down, Chiefs.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Another modest modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
They'll try for the first, and now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield, and it's scooped up by the Jets, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple, and that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
At the 44-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Chiefs are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
That certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Now here's Mahomes. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Jamin Davis in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Mahomes going to throw. That'll be caught by Rice. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Well, that one caught by Rice. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. But Rutgers' kick here is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Another go-around now for the Jets offense. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 43-yard line.
Now a carry for Allen. There's a nice move. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from walking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that's the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Now Fields. Looking middle, and that's complete. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. On play action, Fields. Pass to Lazard, bringing it in on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line.
Here we go, son.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Play action. It's Fields. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And out of bounds right around the 20. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Now it's Fields. He's got the hook up to Lazard. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Now Allen. Dances by him. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Here we go. Good.
Straight ahead is Hall. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef, that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's Mahomes to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Throwing now is Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Mahomes to throw once more. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. Mahomes now to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Jets are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Now this offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Ball again on 2nd down. They're going to drop him behind the line yet again, and things going from bad to worse. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Jets, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.